Welcome to VB and MySQL tutorial made simple. In this tutorial and other tutorials, we'll be talking about anything you need to know about SQL. And in this tutorial, I'm using MySQL workbench. So if you're watching this tutorial, I consider you already know how to install my workbench and how to create database tables and insert data into them and query your database as well. So in this tutorial, I'm using Visual Studio 2019. So let's go ahead and create a new project. And of course, it's going to be a Windows app application. Give our project a name. We call it VB and MySQL. We hit on create. Visual Studio takes a little time to load for first time of you running it. Let's wait for it. And as you can see, I have a database called MySQL_VB and 3 tables: users, details, titles, and users. Now in the users, I've entered data of my favorite wrestlers. And if you need the database for this tutorial, you can download it in the description. Okay, let's jump back to Visual Studio, and it has created a form for us. So in this tutorial, we will be discussing how to establish a connection to MySQL. We can actually establish a connection right here in the form, but I love to keep things clean and nice. So right click on your project and add button, click add class. You add a class and add the connection string over there. So each of our projects can access this class and instantly connect to it. So we don't have to retype the same code again and again and again. So we call it control underscore MySQL. Hit on add. Okay. Now back to the Solution Explorer again. And for us to be able to access the features or the library of MySQL, we have to import MySQL. We have to add reference to MySQL. We have to add reference to our project. So by doing that, we go to add reference and we search for MySQL. Hit OK. Now that we have added the reference, we can now import the necessary library. So we start import MySQL data.mysql client. Okay, that's it. Let's declare some global variables. We start public. On, which is the name of our connector. as new MySQL connection. Click on wait, then in two curly braces, you provide a connection string. Now, connection string is basically in connection strings. We provide 4 parameters, and this connection string is the path to your server. So when you provide the server name, where can your server be located, the database name, your password, and the root. So the server, you just type server and you set it to localhost. Make sure you type these words correctly. Then the root, then the user is equal to root. We separate them by semicolons. Then the password, the PWD, is equal to my password is Sliman. So when you were configuring MySQL workbench, the password you entered for it should be entered there. Separate by semicolon again. Then the database you want to connect to. The database you want to connect to. So what is the name of our database? Let's check. Here it is, MySQL underscore VB. We say MySQL underscore VB. So that's it. Our connection string is done. Let's declare a SQL command cmd MySQL new MySQL command. To be able to connect now, this is our connection string. But over here, I'm going to create a function to connect to check whether if we are connected to the database. So we do public function. We can call our function anything. I'll call my connect my SQL. That's a boolean. Boolean means a true or false. A true or boolean returns true or false. So if we are connected, it will be executed to false, but if we are not, it will execute to. So if we are connected, it will execute to true, but if we are not, it will execute to false. So inside try catch block. Now try catch block will catch any exceptions that happen during the execution of this function, and it will prevent our system from crashing. Then we call our con, which is our connection string. We open the database and we will close the database. Okay. Over here, you return true if we are able to open and close the database successfully, then we would return true. If in case there is any exceptions, then I'll want to show the exceptions to users. Say ex dot message. Return this to my SQL exceptions. Then after this, we will return false, which means it failed. Return false. Now we've opened the database and we've closed it. So we need to dispose the database. So you type finally con dot dispose. Okay, so this function to connect to a database. Using this connection string, using this connection. So let's come to our form and double click on the form. So when the form loads, immediately the form load, we want it, if we are connected, it should show a message box telling us that we are connected. But if so, let's call the instance of a control SQL class. Say dim SQL as new control. Where is it? Control. What was the name? Control underscore MySQL. Now we're having the instance of control MySQL. So over here, you say if SQL, which is which is now our control MySQL class, dot connect MySQL is equal to true. If it's equal to true, then we really want to show a message box. Message box. I want to say connected. So let me walk you guys through one last time. Now, in order to connect to MySQL, you need to add a reference to your reference library. Then after adding a reference, you need to import the libraries of MySQL in your project. After that, you need to declare the connection, and then with the connection supply a connection string, which we've done nicely. Then we've created a function as a boolean to connect to MySQL, and if it connects, it returns true, and if it doesn't, it returns false, showing us the error which happens. So over here in our form load event, we just say if, and then we declare a global variable called SQL. So now this SQL is now representing this class. So if this class, this SQL with the connect MySQL execute to true, which means it is connected, then we have this message. So let's test our application. In Visual Studio, it takes a little time to run, especially when you're first running it. Okay, output succeeded, which means no errors. Okay, it's connecting. Sorry guys, Visual Studio is really running. And you can see, boom, we immediately have the message connected, which means our database our connection strength was correct, and so it executed successfully, and it returns us to our form. Now let's supply a wrong connection string. Like let's say the local host. Let's take off T and see. Boom. Unable to connect to any of the specified hosts because over here there is no host. Because over here there is no, we've supplied the host, you supply the root, but none of the server, which is the host, is not supplied. So, which means catch exceptions is working nicely. And if we click OK, it will take us back to the form. Let's do the right thing, adding the T and taking, let's say, we take off B and see what happens again. Boom. Authentication to host, local host for user root. Asking method MySQL native password failed with message unknown database MySQL v, which means over here it connected successfully to this server, but searching through a list of our database, it never found the database named MySQL_v. So you see our catch exceptions is working successfully. So if I bring the B and we run it, it will connect back successfully. So make sure you provide valid connection string. So now you see it is connected. So thank you guys for watching. And in the next tutorial, we are going to learn how to insert data into MySQL tutorial. See you guys.